What's up, guys? This is John from HelpFlow, and this is another video in our Practical AI video series. Really what we want to do in these series is just give you ideas of how to use AI, but in like really practical ways in the business, right? It's what it sounds like, practical AI. And today, what I'm going to dig into is how we use AI to get basically scalable feedback from our team. As a CEO, we've got a couple hundred employees and they're all distributed. We're a completely remote company. And we've been using this technique to basically effectively have conversations with every single employee pretty frequently and gather feedback from them and gather insights from them that we can use on strategic planning or project initiatives or things like that. And I'm basically going to walk you through how that works. And it's been really impactful for us. I hope that it sparks ideas for you. And again, purpose of this video series is just to kind of get your gears turning on ways that you can use AI. But before I dig into it, I want to explain a little more on where this perspective comes from. I want to give you a little more perspective on that. So at HelpFlow, what we do is we provide smart staff. And basically what that means is virtual assistants for all types of roles. So we provide, human virtual assistants for marketing work, sales work, tons of customer service work. We've got hundreds of customer service agents. And so we provide these virtual assistants for all types of work. But we do it in a way that avoids like the pain and the hassle of like over explaining every single detail, right? So if you want, your virtual assistant to do some work, having to over explain every single detail is grueling to do. And so we avoid that. We make it so you don't need to micromanage. And so it's a much different experience than you've had if you already work with a virtual assistant or, you've thought about doing it. And the way that we do that is with GuideLayer AI. This is the AI technology that we built. It's kind of a way of operating on a team that integrates AI. And it's been really, really powerful for us. And you can check out the site for more details. But the short version is if you have something you want your team member to work on, you can basically have a 5-minute conversation with the AI interviewer to essentially just talk about the project, talk about what you want to do, right? And then from there, the AI is going to take that conversation and create a really detailed task brief for your assistant, right? So like they are getting a lot of detail about the project and they're getting like all the details that they need, right? Some of which came from your brain, but some of which just comes from AI's general knowledge. The AI can take what you talked about for the project and then add additional supplementary detail to the brief that the VA would need, right? And then the assistant is actually going to use an AI copilot to do the work. So AI is going to guide them through doing the actual task so that they can be guided through the different steps. They can get information about your business when needed, right? So if it's a marketing task, like how do I get into our website? Where's our marketing collateral? What fonts do we use? Like all types of weird stuff like that. Like you don't need to provide that to the VA. That's going to be provided by the AI copilot because it's connected to a knowledge base we build about your business. So we're using AI through, all parts of the process. And so really what we're trying to do is help you to get more done with the help of a really killer team, right? So having a really good virtual assistant or a couple on your team, but do that without the hassles and, use AI to really supercharge that team member, remove the hassles of working with that team member. And we do all of that at a fraction of the cost of any other team member because they are remote team members. You can learn more at helpflow.com. There's a demo there that kind of guides you through exactly how it works. And you can even try out the GuideLayer technology. But for now, I just wanted you to understand like where this perspective comes from because AI is a huge part of what we do. With that said, I want to share how I, as a CEO, am basically gathering feedback from our entire company pretty often. We do this for quarterly planning. We do this for product launches. We do this for internal projects. We do this on smaller teams too. We do it in a lot of places. And it's been really powerful for me to understand from the front lines, how are things going? And to understand from, these conversational feedback sessions with team members, like how are they feeling? What is their view of the project? Is what I'm sharing from the CEO level, like being understood all the way through the company, right? So some of the questions will sometimes be, what's your perspective on what our priorities are this quarter, for example, right? And if we come back with priorities that are not the company's priorities, that's my fault as a leader, right? So it's been really, really helpful, and I want to walk you through how it works. So first, We use voice AI interviewers. So we use these voice AI interviewers to basically conduct like a conversation with the team members, right? It's the nearest equivalent to me having a one-on-one conversation with every single team member very seamlessly, right? So typically they're like 3 to 5 minute conversations with the team member. They're designed to have a specific type of conversation with that team member, but it's not incredibly scripted, right? So let's say that it's about getting feedback on how the last quarter went, what worked, what didn't work, what do you think we should focus on for the quarter, what were some accomplishments that you had, right? We'll want to gather that information, but it'll happen in a really conversational way for the team member, right? So they're having a conversation with an AI, basically on the phone. They do it on their computer on audio, but you can do it on the phone. Some team members do it on the phone. And it's really seamless for them. So again, it's the nearest equivalent to me having a conversation with every single team member. It is not a replacement for having conversations with humans. I want to be crystal clear about that. But we have hundreds of humans in our company, and I can't have conversations with every single one. For those of you that run big teams, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this has helped us to be able to scale that, right? And it's very seamless for everybody. Second is we can use conversational analysis to basically summarize the conversations really, really easily. So we can use AI to really understand like what happened, what are they thinking in regards to what they're talking about. We can summarize down this 5 minute transcript or 5 minute conversation into like distilled insights from that conversation. Or if it's the same type of conversation that's happening with a lot of team members, we can say, what are the main pain points across all of these conversations? What are the main opportunities in the company within all these conversations, right? So you can like filter it down to really distill it. And then you can do insights across all of the conversations. So you can say, okay, out of these 100 responses where everybody shared what they think we should focus on as a company, what are the trends? Like, what does the company, these hundreds of people, think we should focus on? If there was 3 things that we should focus on for the quarter, or 3 things that are broken in the company, what would those be, right? And you can take all those conversations and use AI to distill it down and say, these are the things that are important based on what people are saying directly or even indirectly, right? So it's super, super powerful. You can set up a Q&A chatbot to have questions about that stuff, but that's probably a topic for another day of like what you could do with the data and have conversations about it. What this enables us to do though, and me as a CEO and the type of company that we run, is we have a very fast feedback cycle. So it's new for the team at first. Like it feels a little funky, and even me explaining it like this might feel a little funky to you. But because we're able to take feedback so quickly and then implement it, the team feels that. And we've been doing versions of this for years. We've been in business for a decade. AI has obviously not been huge for a decade, but we've done versions of this over the years, and we've started applying AI with it over the past couple quarters, and it's been super powerful. And so the team appreciates how fast that feedback cycle is. And then we see more impactful feedback coming back from the team. So it's been really, really powerful to see the impact. And I can share more detail about exactly how we do this in the comments, and questions on tools. You can do this with OpenAI. You can build your own system. You can use 11 Labs is another cool tool. They've got some cool releases. 3 months from now, depending on when you're seeing this, there's going to be more tools that come out. So I try not to focus too much on like, here's the exact tool to use. But I'm happy to do that in the comments if you want to engage there. For now, I hope this just sparks ideas for you on unique approaches to using AI. And, if you want help, like I mentioned, on implementing unique approaches like this, having a smart staff team member from HelpFlow can definitely help. So not only can we provide, helpful services and VA services, like I explained earlier, but we can help you tackle projects like this, right? So like you're watching a webinar, I don't know where you're at, you're on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're at. This is potentially interesting to you. It's probably not something you have a ton of time as a CEO to like fiddle on for the next couple of days, right? But if you could just call your VA on, through our system and say, hey, I saw this thing. Here's where the link is. It's on helpflow.com. Go check it out. It's on John Tucker's Facebook account. Go check it out. I want you to figure out with John what the tools are that are used for this, and get it in place, right? I want to apply it to our quarterly planning that's coming up. I want to do X, Y, Z. Like you could just explain, like, here's what I want. Here's like the stuff that's in my head. Then your VA will do all the work to actually make that happen, right? And they'll do that with the support of AI. So our guide layer AI system knows how something like this would be done, or how to do this type of project, or what the sequence should be, or it could answer questions from your VA about, how to do some of these things. And then it gets done, right? So this is a great example of the type of stuff that we can help with at HelpFlow with our smart staff. So if you're interested in getting help like that, visit helpflow.com today. But either way, I hope that this sparks ideas for you on how to use AI in your business. And I hope you're able to get a lot of value as we have from AI. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope this has helped.